Welcome back to Expresso. Yeah, okay. I'm very nervous. So yeah, welcome to Expresso 90. We're back. It's the first time for a few years, so that's fun. Thanks everybody for coming. I'm aware, obviously, with the weather, it's been a little bit of a nightmare. But yeah, thank you for coming anyway. Yeah. I promise I'll calm down. I want to start really quickly, so I'm just going to waffle, and then we'll show some films, and then we'll do some talking stuff, and then we can all go and get drunk. But I need to start with sending a couple thank yous to some sponsors that have helped the event happen. I don't know if I'm holding this properly. First of all, I need to thank the Mockingbird for hosting us and for actually sponsoring the event. Cheers. Without that, might not have happened. I need to thank Real Freaks, who are the people that make really cool clothes, which I've donated some prizes. So yeah, the winners, you can take your pick of some shirts. But yeah, Lewis Clements, who is the guy that runs Real Freaks, was going to be here, but unfortunately he's not able to make it. But yeah, sends his regards either way. He's not here, so we'll just carry on. So yeah, I also want to thank Dan Finnemore and Matt Prentice for letting me sort of steal their thing. Anyone that isn't aware, Expresso ran from 2018 to 2020 when the world ended a bit. And sort of, yeah, it was a really useful tool for sort of beginner filmmakers to get a bit of confidence and to have your film shown on a proper cinema and it's all a bit legit and scary. It was really good to build confidence and things like that. I know, because I was one of them, although I never won, so now I'm just posting it to get rid of that fear. But yeah, somebody's going to win. Two people are going to win. So we're doing a sort of Best Young Filmmaker Award, which is over 21, sort of under 19. Which some people have obviously never made films before. It's their first ever time. So those people, cool, well done. Some people are quite experienced with it. They make quite a lot of films, into which Expresso 90 is a really useful challenge because it sort of bridges the gap between I've never done this before and making a feature film's terrifying, and sort of 90 seconds is achievable but also kind of difficult. I've got no mic skills, I apologise. But yeah, so I'll shut up and hopefully calm down. We'll watch some films. So we're going to watch a reel of all of the submissions back to back. And then we will do a Q&A. Oh, I didn't talk about the Q&A. We're going to do a Q&A. So we've got Elliot and Zander Weaver here, who are judges. They've all watched your films and said which ones they thought were really cool. Jemma Kinzett is on her way. She's our other judge. She's a bit late because she's been held up because of the snow. Yeah, but she is on her way, so she's probably going to wander in at some point throughout the film. If you want to point and laugh at her, then that would be fun. If not, just you can ignore her. But yeah, we'll do the Q&A. So if you've got any questions about making films or stuff like that, think of them. I didn't write very many notes, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, shall we start? Again, thanks for coming.
The Mandela effect is an instance of a false collective memory. The idea came from distorted recollections of Nelson Mandela passing away in prison. Since then, other inaccurate memories have been made aware, especially in pop culture. This has made people discuss whether these changes were coincidental or are part of a bigger phenomenon. The Black Eyed Peas were a band with award-winning songs that are still listened to this day. One of them being Boom Boom Pow, with flashy lyrics such as I'm so 3008 and you so 2000 late. Or was it I'm so 2008? This is another case of a Mandela effect. This mainly stems from certain audiences believing it was released in the US in 2008, but most sources listed it as 2009. However, the band's own fandom page begs to differ. Is it logical to believe that the lyrics' purpose was to make it seem that the Black Eyed Peas were up to date in their current era, or that their existence was far beyond our millennia? So when the next time you hear this song on your rewatch of G-Force, ask yourself this: was it 2008 or 3008?
Morning. Okay, that's all right.
You're worthless. Nobody likes you. You're just a freak. Stop being so stupid. Please stop. I don't want to hear this anymore. You're ugly.
Natasha, you okay? You sure?
I just want it to stop. Please help.
Don't worry, I'm here for you.
So what do you make of Bigfoot?
Bigfoot? Well, first of all, I'm troubled by it in more ways than most people.
So you're scared of it?
I didn't say that. I said I'm troubled. For one, it annoys me that it's grammatically incorrect. Unless these believers are saying that the Yeti, the abominable snowman, or Sasquatch hops around the wilderness. I mean, that makes something which is already pretty bizarre even weirder, right? Surely, if we're looking for anything, we should be looking for a monster called Big Fate, not Bigfoot, or is one foot larger than the other, like a mutant. Therefore, does he roam around in circles? Or does he drag an ill-formed limb behind him? Is he actually in a wheelchair? Should we be looking for tire tracks instead? Well, am I wrong?
Maybe you should like go to the doctors again or something. Hey, we're here now. Shut the fuck up. Be good for you.
You alright, lads?
Yeah, thanks, mate. We're like overthinkers.
You're here for the procedure, are you?
Yeah.
Ah. Well, we've only got one of the surgeons on today, so you're gonna have to take turns. Is that alright? Well, it doesn't really make much difference, does it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Magic! Come with me then.
Hello, I am a stop-motion animation puppet, but nobody wants to animate me, because I don't exaggerate. The thing is, I am very shy. I get shy in front of other people, but really I am very expressive, and funny, and wild. This is terrible. I want to change my job.
Do you want sauce on your batch? What? I said, do you want sauce on your batch? No thanks. Oh, Ta. It's a sandwich.
Kettle's on.
You've been crying?
Onions.
It's okay to be upset, you know. They say I could have 12 months. Anyway, nobody knows when or when, do they? I mean, I could choke on this bloody back.
Sandwich.
That'll be that.
It'll always be a sandwich.
So these rumors have been going on for a while now. I'd heard some sort of weird occurrence, some phenomenon, people going missing in this area. So I decided to go out there, record and find out, what is happening out here. I got out there to the northern coast and my GPS was moving crazy the whole time I was there. I had heard about this old lighthouse that was far in the distance and I walked towards it and out of nowhere this fog came and covered the entire area. Just complete. I couldn't see like more than a foot in front of me. It was so weird. It just came out of nowhere, and I was hearing this voice calling out to me while I was walking, and I couldn't tell if it was like a muffled call or like maybe a girl's voice. I don't know. I don't know what it was. The lighthouse got closer and closer and closer. Out of nowhere, this hole opened up in the ground. I swear I saw something. I don't know what I saw in particular, but something was down there. Something was in there, and I see it in my dreams. This fog, it's searching. I don't know what it's searching for me, and it's searching for us all. Anyway, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to go in the description below to see the code for my new merch. It's The Fog Is Coming. Alright, peace!
Hey, Dad. Missing? Oh my gosh. Where was the last place you left it? I don't know anything about that. No, I didn't take it. You're saying my tone implies that I have it? Yeah, sure, I was at the house last week. All I did was drop Sarah off like you asked. I didn't even go into the house. If you're so certain I have it, why don't you come over to my apartment? You know where I live. Come on over. We'll search every nook and cranny. It almost seems like you're avoiding me. I think there's a different reason why you haven't come over yet, and we both know what it is. Shocker. If you've already made up your mind that the chicken's at my place and you're still not even willing to see me, then that's on you, Dad. I don't have your stupid chicken, okay? It's just a stage. I can do this.
James, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just kind of panicking about going on stage. I don't think I can do this.
You're gonna be okay. You're a great musician. I know you can do this.
I just gotta stop panicking so much. It's all this anxiety. It's just building up. Yeah, I think I got this. Thank you. I needed to hear that.
got a job. It's about time to get his job.
So from looking at your CV, I can see you haven't worked in a while.
I don't know. I wasn't able to find any jobs, man. Sorry.
Not good enough.
Okay. I'm so sorry, bro.
Door closed.
Mr. Pablo, Sam, nice to meet you. So, Gustavo, it says here that you've got 3 years of video editing experience? Yeah, no, that's the exact person that we're looking for. You're hired.
The date is Thursday, 9th of February 2023, and this is the day that the streets are rammed with a few exceptions of cars passing by. But they're probably just running from something else. Now, here's the crazy superhuman. No, not me, but see the guy behind me right there. See? Very hard to spot his superpowers and invisibility, but you can see him. Well, see, he wants me dead. Because he's crazy. The world's crazy now. Most places are closed except for a few cafes who remain open for the need. But, well, they don't stay open for long. I'll put it that way.
some of this will be quite nice because I love my boy. Send it, mate. What was I going to say to you? Oh yeah, have you ever heard of a guy called Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Do you know what he looks like? So, good, isn't it? That jumpsuit is so famous. In fact, that jumpsuit... I've seen him in that jumpsuit. Pardon? I've seen him in that. Well, have you ever seen Uma Thurman wearing it? So, have you seen Kill Bill? Oh, I've seen Kill Bill. No, I haven't seen Kill Bill, that? But yeah. Yeah, in tribute to Bruce Lee. Oh, I didn't know. As well for this video. That was not a small ball. You thought your ball into me. Sorry. Oh. This is delicious, I love it. So I reckon there's some nice shots here, Alf. I really do. I do too. Alright, background. Yeah. Alright.
It all started when I passed my driving test. I thought driving to university would be fun and helpful, but I was wrong. So very wrong. There was one thing that got in the way. That one thing was parking. The first time I drove into the city, I was full of confidence, full of hope, full of joy. Driving into uni, I said to myself, I could never have been so wrong. My biggest fear became a reality. It seemed as if, in the city, parking was impossible. Every place to park my car was horrifying. All the selfish early birds taking up all the spaces before I'm even awake. Even if I'm lucky enough to find a spot, the prices are absurd, preposterous, ludicrous, irrational.
Whoa, calm down, Tom. It's alright. Chill.
I'm forced to use the dirty buses as there are nowhere to park. Everything in my life is going downhill due to this problem. I don't even want to drive anymore. I took a photo of every time I successfully found a parking space in the city. Here they are. Everywhere I try seems to end in big disappointment. I guess I'll never find anywhere to park in the city again.
Q&A that I forgot. Before then, yeah, that was good, wasn't it? Yeah, thank you to everybody at Entered Films. We got loads that I really wasn't expecting or particularly ready for. So yeah, it was like and then and then ooh, and then yeah. So yeah, thanks to everybody that entered, everybody that was selected. Congratulations. Everybody that's just sat and watched them all. Nice. So yeah, like I say, now we're going to do the Q&A. Hopefully I've relaxed a little bit more, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to invite up the judges who watched all of the films that you've all just watched. So yeah, if I can get Jemma Kinzett, who's here now, and Elliot and Zander Weaver, and we will plonk over there seamlessly. No, they're the packs that I forgot to give you when you walked in, but it was irrelevant because you went home anyway. It's fine. Hello. None of your mics are on. Yeah, there's a little
Hello, Monty.
Hello. Hello. I'm just going to say hello. I just don't know what I would say. So, yeah, as I mentioned, Lewis isn't here, unfortunately, but he did say hello. But these guys are here, so we're going to focus on them. I haven't stopped saying hello because it's just my nervous go-to. I'm still nervous, I've decided. Can you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself? Jemma, do you want to start?
Yeah, all right. Hello, my name is Jemma Kinzett and I work with BBC Studios in scripted production as a production coordinator. And prior to working with the BBC, I worked with a sports broadcast company called Sunset and Vine, who were the host broadcasters for the Commonwealth Games. I also worked as a production coordinator on them, so quite grateful to have experience working across different genres. And yeah, it's just non-stop really. Yeah, I'll leave it there, short and sweet.
That was good. Yeah, no pressure. I've noticed that we're wearing loads of coats in the photos as well. Hang on, Nick. There we are. My hair's grown since then. We are cheating a bit. We've aged a bit as well. You want to go? No, you did. Okay, I'm Elliot. This is Zander, my brother. Hello. We are sort of local filmmakers, Birmingham based. We run an independent production company called Elliot Pictures, which is a combination of both our names, but we did come up with it when we were very young and we decided to stick with it. We're quite proud that we did now. We have experience in factual entertainment, so documentary making for broadcast networks like Discovery Channel, PBS, streamers like Netflix. We have also produced an independent film called Cosmos, which was very micro-budget actually, so it's great to see all the micro-budget work going on here because we feel like we definitely can speak your language and know how hard it is to get stuff done, so it's great to be part of this event and see all the great work in Birmingham happen. You said it. I mean, I don't know if yours, Andy. I'm the other half, so the better half.
Yeah. I wasn't agreeing with that, by the way.
Well, you were.
So I'll start with you guys. So the reason I wanted you involved as judges, like you say, is obviously you've got experience with the micro-budget film. Cosmos, which you're mildly underselling, is a massive achievement sort of thing. But yeah, so if anyone's not aware, what is Cosmos?
So Cosmos was like, we always have wanted to direct feature films and movies, and after we left school we got into kind of corporate video production, music video production for local bands and stuff. Then we started independently making documentaries. That got going and it was working great, but we were always passionate about movies, and so we wrote a script for a film that was quite ambitious, and we put together a business plan for it, and we went to investors and all sorts, and they just said, oh, this is great, and your team's amazing, but you guys, you've never directed a feature film before, so go and make a movie and then come back to us, which is really hard to hear. But we listened to their advice, and Cosmos is kind of the result of that, so we decided to just write a film that we felt we could achieve with the kit that we'd kind of built up over the years as freelancers and running a production company. We made it, we wrote a story about 3 characters basically in a car set over one night, and that was our challenge to ourselves. So we were like, can we go out and do this, make it happen, fulfill that dream, and then go back to those people and say, hey, we did it, And that is what we did. So Cosmos was made for £5,000, which was really just expenses. It was things that we kind of picked up some equipment, paid for petrol and parking and biscuits and tea. But no one on the project got paid. They have now, which is wonderful. It got picked up by a leading indie distributor, and it got a theatrical run in the States, and it's available worldwide now. So for us, it was quite a journey, but we were immensely proud of it. And that's our story. That's Cosmos.
And it is actually very good. No one
Thanks.
Gemma's here. Hello, Jemma. I did tell everyone to point at you, but I don't think anyone noticed you slipping seamlessly, so it's okay. One of you involved, we've known each other a little bit for a while anyway, but you were the first winner? Yeah, the first winner of the Expresso 90. So obviously done what everybody here has already done. So I was wondering if you could sort of, obviously now working with the BBC and doing it like legit. I didn't have to do that either, but like legit. Sort of, how did you find the experience coming from Expresso, and what benefits did you get from that?
I mean, Expresso now was so long ago, and you know, just want to say that watching all of your films was so much fun, and yeah, just well done on everything you've all done. It was so fun. Don't you think it was so?
Absolutely,
yeah, it was so fun watching it. I was literally sat there with my cat eating some food. It was so nice, lovely experience. Yeah, I mean, when I submitted my short film to this, it was literally, we had a module at uni called experimental film, and I basically wanted to use that unit just to improve on my technical skills and everything, and my technical terminology and all of that. And I had no script, no plan. It was literally just a test to see if I could achieve a head spinny effect that I saw in a music video. As you can see, I definitely learned the terminology. And yeah, I grabbed my my friends. We went to our health and social care department at the college because they had some dummies that looked really creepy, so I wanted to kind of use them in a creepy, funny way. Hired out one of the Blackmagic cameras. Callum came with us and helped film it. And we did the effect first because we knew how to achieve it. And then after that, it was like, right, well, now what do we do? So I just said to my friend, being like, why don't you just slap yourself? And he was like, you what? And I was like, just trust me, just, you know, just do it. And he was like, okay. So yeah, he did that. And then it wasn't really until the edit where the story came alive, really. And I just submitted it as a part of work. I didn't think it was a finished piece at all. I thought it was rubbish. And then it wasn't until my tutors came up and was like, you should submit this to the 92nd Film Festival. And I was like, well, no. I was like, it's rubbish, it's fine. And then they were like, no, you should do it. So I was peer pressured into doing it in the end. And then I wasn't going to come to the film festival to watch it. Ended up coming. I just came off set, so I looked a mess. And then just before they were about to announce the winners, I was like, I'm going to head out now. Like, you know, I'm done for the night. And then they're like, and the winner is Jemma. And I had like a Prosecco and I spilt it. And I was like, what the hell? And I went up to all of the judges afterwards and I just went up to them and said, thank you for seeing something in me that I obviously can't see. And there was like cinematographers and directors on the panel. And I just said to them, being like, you know, if you have any productions coming up, you know, and you need a runner, or if I can just come and just be present and just watch what you guys are doing, that would be amazing. They were like, we're actually doing something for Amazon Prime if you want to come along. So I college and went on set and then never looked back really. And then through working with them, they got me on another film which was filmed in the Philippines. So that was really fun. Worked as a production assistant on that. And then found out about Daniel Alexander Films, who he ended up giving me my first ever credits working with the BBC. So I ended up as a production assistant. Then I did script supervising, which it was one of those where he was like, do you want to have a go at it? And I was like, yeah, came off the phone. Not a clue what that is. What the hell am I doing here? Haven't even passed GCSE maths. So what am I going to do? Researched it, completely wagged it on the day. Half the script was in Swahili, which was horrible. I ended up doing it. It all went fine, didn't get fired. And then it was from then I started learning about all of these different TV production companies that are here in the West Midlands, because you just wouldn't believe how many companies are here, because at uni they tell you, you know, you may need to relocate to London or Manchester, and if you're on a student loan and can't afford it and cost of living, you know, it's, you know, it might not seem possible to do, but, you know, I'm here to tell you today it is possible. They are all here in Birmingham. Birmingham is now coming on the map for everything in TV. So we've got Optimum, who are here, who do Great British Menu. We've got the Joe Lycett show coming to Birmingham, which is great. We have MasterChef, that's coming to Birmingham as of next year, which that's going to be great as well. We have Full Fat TV, we have North One TV, who do Travel Man. And yeah, there's so many companies here, and it's just coming to events like this is where it all started. And yeah, I had a little cheesy moment the other day being like, I think my journey kind of started here at Expresso really, which is quite nice to look back on. So yeah, did that answer, what was the question?
Seamless segue back into Expresso, so that was good. Yeah, I think, shall we, do people have questions? Yeah, I'll do you, that's fine.
Hello, Paul, you got me doing too. So, I got two questions. As a lot of people in the creative industry, they feel at one point discouraged from pursuing any sort of filmmaking or anything creative. What was the driving motivation for you to carry on working?
Good question. I think it can be a tricky passion to pursue if that is what it is, your passion, your ambition. Like Jemma said, I think the region there is a gravity in the region now that there wasn't even a couple of years ago, where you can feel productions coming here, you can feel London productions coming. So if you are a regional filmmaker or you want to get involved in crew, now is the best time. It's been in a generation really since the BBC, downscale, Pebble Mill and stuff like that. But I think to answer your question in terms of where you kind of find the drive to keep going through the difficult times, which are inevitable if you pursue something that you love, I think for me, and speaking for Zander and I'm sure for Jemma also, it's just about kind of holding on to the original motivation as to what you saw in why you decided to pursue what you're pursuing. I think a lot of people get very attracted to the creative industries because of an idea of what they think it is. They think it's very glamorous, and they think you're traveling everywhere and you're doing lots of this and that. There's lots of sort of schmoozing around. And in reality, there's very little of that. And Zander and I work as producer-directors, and the amount of time we spend on set, like pointing at people and standing behind a camera, is literally 0.5% of what producing and directing actually is. Most of it's sitting in an office, talking to people, having phone calls and all that sort of thing. So it can be a bit demotivating if you are, I guess, pursuing an idea that it's this glamorous experience. But if your passion truly is in creativity, in the social side of the industry, the collaboration, it's kind of everywhere, every day really. You turn up, you meet people, you have a great time, and you just get to create and be part of something quite exciting.
Yeah, I mean, just echoing what they said, your passion will drive you to what you want to do. I think with me, I just kept nagging people, being like, please, can I come on set just to watch? I promise I won't get in the way. And I think, they're probably like, we'll just have her on set just to shut her up. But the more you do it, and you're building a name for yourself. And I started going to work with a company called Create Central. And that's where I learned about all of these different people who are here in the region. And it was, we did like a hot seat thing where we were going around introducing ourselves. And then I literally just came out of uni and I went, hi, I'm Jemma, I've just done a degree. I want to come work for people like you, so please can you tell me what I need to do to come and work for you? And initially, what you want to do is keep going to networking events and meet so many people and just let people know that you exist and that you are here and happy to help however you can. I think that's the best way, that's the best advice I can give really, is just keep pushing, and because people will, the industry is screaming for like more runners, production coordinators, researchers, and there are jobs out there. I mean, currently at the BBC, we want more runners and everything, and they want new blood in the industry. I probably worded that wrong, but they want new people. They don't want people who have been in the industry for so many years now, because there's going to come a day, and this is going to get depressing, but they're not going to be here anymore, and we need to step into their shoes. We need to know what we're doing. and you know, we are the future of the industry. So if you definitely want to go into it, your passion will help you to get there, and your passion will do all of the work for you.
Yeah, okay. So in the song Boom Boom Pow by the Black Eyed Peas, do you remember it as 2008 or 3008?
2008.
I think it was 2008.
I was 2008,
What about you? I'll watch half of Cosmos after that. So.
Nice. Anybody else got any questions? I don't actually see anyone at the top, but if you wave and shout at me, then I'm sure somebody can. Yeah, I can see. This is glamorous.
Hi guys, nice to meet you all. What is your cures for either writer's block or a creative rut? Because I know I constantly go through that all the time. It's for the whole panel.
I would say, and this is not an easy, this is a very easy thing to say, but a very hard thing to actually go and do, is find somebody who you know, you trust, someone who you can collaborate with. I'm very fortunate to work with my brother, and when it comes to writing and making content, we've got each other. We can. What do you think about this? Oh, that's great, but why don't we improve upon it like this? Having that to and fro, having that kind of partnership that you can trust is like hugely important. But that's super easy to say and really quite hard to achieve, because you've got to find someone who aligns with your values and your storytelling kind of instincts. But yeah, just keep looking, keep an eye out always for those people to come along and help. I would also say, this is completely different, but we've been playing a lot with like AI tools that are coming out at the moment, and like, I don't know if you're using ChatGPT at all, or you tried it out, but like, wow, a killer source of ideas and inspiration. Like if you've got writer's block, whack something in there and see what comes out. As a starting point, we're finding that it's a wonderful tool for like iterating ideas and just exploring other possibilities. Like you think you've got a story locked, you think it's ready, and you're like, okay, but what else could we do with this? It's an amazing little nugget, like an origin of something to build on. So give that a go.
We've been using it as sort of like a way of you throw something at it, and then it almost acts as a co-writer in a way, and it throws something back at you that you're like, oh, I never really thought about that. And as Zander said, we write together. And I have tried at times, like Zander's been away doing something else, been in a different part of the country, and I've been going, I really want to write something. And I'm so used to writing with Zander that I sit down and I'm like, I can't really do it. I can't generate those ideas. But recently I've used that AI technology, and I've kind of had that co-writer.
I've been replaced.
Doesn't argue with me, doesn't say my ideas are rubbish. So yeah, but also do other things other than filmmaking, I think, is also really useful. It's not been something that I've been particularly good at historically. I'm getting better at having other hobbies, other passions. I've been very fixated on filmmaking, but actually the broader your horizons become in different areas, you never really know where something might just come from completely out of your like blind spot and become a huge source of inspiration for creativity. And I think we found that the older we've got, the more we've done outside of filmmaking, and the more it's helped pour back into what we create.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just definitely bounce your ideas off as many people as possible, because everyone will have a different perspective on your idea. And also, even if you don't feel comfortable going and speaking to someone about your idea, you can always just try and do your idea that you have, and then see how you feel in the moment when doing it. Something might happen when you're filming it on set, and it'll just come to you. So yeah, always go for it, and so.
Maybe also have like multiple things on the go at once, so that you can bounce between ideas and get some space on some stuff, because often if you're kind of trying to force something, it can be really hard, can't it? So like stepping away, doing something different, even just going for a walk, coming back, I can be guilty of like trying to force things and thinking it's super important in this moment to get this thing solved and done. And actually, like, most of the time I'll step away, go for a walk, do something completely different, and when I sit back down at the desk, like, the answers have come to me, so, yeah. Okay. Some thoughts?
Change is as good as a break.
It is, definitely.
Has anybody else got questions? Okay, that's it.
Do you have any advice? Sorry. How was it like starting a production company? And do you have any advice for starting one now?
Sure, yeah. Well, what we did is when we left school, neither my brother and I went to film school or university. We left school at 18, having done our A-levels. We knew we wanted to go into film and television, so we just went for it. Went at the bottom of the ladder, unpaid production assistant. We always sort of joked to each other that the first piece of gear we were trusted with was the kettle and the broom. And we worked for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years, learning different skills in different departments as crew, as freelance crew. And interestingly, the most useful skill we learned was editing. We did a period of time working as in-house editors at a production company nearby. And they made documentaries, and when we got hired for that gig, we kind of thought we'd have a lot more supervision than we actually ended up getting. As editors, we thought there'd be directors kind of coming in and going, this is how we want it, change this, change this. But the way that company worked is they deputized us quite a lot, and we ended up learning a hell of a lot, to the point where we then, after doing that for about a year, Zander and I looked at each other and said, we've cut our teeth, we know what we do, we've done this. I mean, I think in that year between us, we cut 30 one-hour documentaries. So that was more than, it was an incredibly intense work period. And then we took all that knowledge and went, shall we try and do what this company's doing, but for ourselves? So I think my advice would be, we learn as many skills as possible to be self-sufficient in the early days, because when you do start a production company up, generally what that means is it's a 1-person or a 2-person outfit, and you probably don't have the financial resources to hire freelance crew, hire editors, bring people on and off. You've got to do a lot of it yourself, like independent filmmaking. So I think if you can get as much experience as possible, whether it's working as a freelancer, working as staff, even on independent films, and then once you've built up a skill set, you can then turn that into the foundation stone, if you like, for running a production company. And also, if as a producer you've got, I don't want to say production experience, but if you've actually got like hands-on making experience in inverted commas, you can speak the language of the people that you're hiring. And then when someone like an editor says, I can't deliver that in the time that you're asking, you either sit there and know that it is doable, because as an editor yourself, you're like, well, I could do that. Or you go, actually, do you know what, being reasonable, I can sympathize with you, and actually it is unreasonable. So I would say that the biggest piece of advice is just get as much hands-on experience as possible, so that you can, if needs be, captain that ship on your own in the early days before things start to gain momentum, and then you start to have a bit of a gravity and things start to be pulled towards you. And then when other people start getting involved, it starts to get a lot easier.
Yeah. Another end. I think we've got one more question. If anybody has anything. Where's the microphone? Seamless.
Outside of the conventional casting platforms and working with agents, are there any other platforms or avenues you explore to get actors for your work, particularly in the West Midlands area?
Well, for Cosmos, we tried all the kind of traditional routes. We tried some websites and stuff. We didn't go for a casting agent. But in the end, we found people in a very kind of organic way. So there's 3 cast members of Cosmos. One of them is a freelancer in TV. He's actually a camera operator who we worked with. And interestingly, the third and final casting was of a chap that we found on Twitter, who'd been cast in a stage show, but ended up injuring himself, getting injured, missing the show, but he was like tweeting the whole process of the show, and we were like, hang on, this guy loves acting so much, he loves the craft, he loves the storytelling, that just because he's not in it doesn't mean he can't be part of like the experience. He was sharing it with everybody, and then we, from there we crossed paths with these people in this organic way. We auditioned them, and they were a great fit. We went through a lot of people to find. It took us like a year to cast the film, but I think in terms of kind of traditional routes, I think the whole thing's just completely opening up now in terms of like access to actors and local collaborators and stuff. So yeah, you're probably better equipped than I am in terms of like, the knowledge and the skills with certain platforms and stuff, but I would say just kind of interact and reach out with producers in the area on a very kind of casual level, through social media, through email or a phone call, and just connect and just be on their radar really. I think that can work wonders.
I would also say that, so one of the actor who was in the play that he got benched for, he was at drama school. It was his final year at drama school. So like, drama schools are a great place to go because literally everybody there is desperate to get into something. Because it's great for their show reel, they're flexing their muscles, they're learning their skills. And the other thing is talk to other filmmakers, because other filmmakers have been through the same challenge. If you go to a fellow filmmaker and be like, have you worked with anybody that's like this? They might go, well, yeah, the person I cast in my last film was really good, you should try them. So it's a small world in that sense. And really, to answer this question, but also any question in this sort of area, you've got to think about it more like how and where do you solve an actor's problem? An actor's problem is they want to get cast. They need to get cast, and they need to be found and seen. So like, if you can answer their problem and where they're asking that question, you will find their community, and then you'll be able to tap into,
That's from the filmmaker's perspective.
That's from a filmmaker's perspective. Are you asking from an actor's perspective?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, that was no.
It was the opposite. Like, what's the film producer's problem? What's the
the film producer's problem is that we need actors, and we're directors, we're writers, we're producers. We can't be in our own film. We can't act. To say my. So our problem is we're looking for you, and so like Zander said, reach out, but also have a presence on social media. We found Josh on Twitter. Be on the platforms, create your own work. Often, actually, it's a bit of not the most encouraging answer, but as an actor, one of the best things you can do is create your own work as well. And there's obviously that very famous story of Sylvester Stallone writing and directing Rocky because no one would cast him. He went to 1,000 agents, they all said he couldn't. You're never going to be a movie star, you look a bit odd and you can't pronounce your words properly. And he was just like so heartbroken by that. And after being told no 1,000 times, he just went, well, screw it, I'm going to prove you're wrong. And he did. So that's been the route for a lot of actors. And it's a very tried and tested one.
Yeah, just to add on from that, if you like to join Facebook groups, follow directors on Instagram, because they put out a lot of casting calls on there now. Some casting calls now can be quite informal, but also from the BBC perspective, there's a company called Selex, and they always hire supporting artists to come and work on so many different BBC shows. So if you get in with a company like that, and you don't have to have so much experience at all to be with this company, but you don't even have to have an agent either, because Selex will be basically your agent, your representative. Finding companies like that who can help you find those connections, but also even not even going down, that's close, not even going down any TV route. There's a lot of students who are making films all the time, and there's so many films where they can't find any actors, so they have to, like what I did, I just grabbed my friends in there, which nothing wrong with that, but if there's an actor who's wants to build up their show reel and their portfolio, then and the more projects you work on, you're just building that portfolio. So just connect with a lot of people, but definitely look into Selex as well, because that's who we work with. I get sent show reels from actors all the time, and I have to sit there watching all of their show reels. So yeah, it'd be nice to just like see some, you know, just some fun ones, and yeah, but yeah, get some. I don't know why I said that. I made it out like I get rid of those rubbish ones, but no, yeah, get in with people like that, and yeah, just have fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh no, I've got to speak, so I'm nervous. Thank you. Not only for the Q&A, but also for judging everybody's films. Obviously, that was kind of a little bit last minute on my end. But like, I think part of what you've all spoken about as well is the idea of just sort of starting and just getting into it, and that's what I think. There is a lot of people here who it is their first time. It's a lot of people who have never entered festivals before. There's some people that may never have seen their work on such a big screen. I know that was me when I first entered it. So I know it can be daunting, and I know it can feel a bit weird, and it might feel very awkward, but the more you do it, I think, yeah, the better it gets, and obviously progression in it.
Absolutely is. I mean, films are made to be seen, so it's exciting whatever level you're at. I would imagine, you know, even if you're at the very, very top of the tree, if you're Christopher Nolan or something, it's a nerve-wracking experience when you premiere your film, and you know, you put so much work into it, and that's something that bonds us all together as filmmakers. We all know what that's like, so it's fun to be here and see everyone's work. And well done for everyone.
Well done, everybody. Like, it doesn't matter who. It's very corny, very cheesy. It doesn't matter who wins. You're all winners. Because and it's true. I know it's cheesy, but it's true because it's, you know, you've been motivated to go out and do something, be creative, test yourself, do something different, and then come and watch it from a load of strangers. So you should pat yourselves on the back and feel good about it, and just celebrate, really. Whatever happens next doesn't really matter. I mean, congratulations to the winners.
Doing a seamless segue into the
you're welcome. There you
I'm
go.
going to pretend that we planned that and just, like, make it look better.
Oh, not yet. Okay, carry on.
Well, I thought we could do. Yeah, so that's the winners. So, like I said earlier, I'm going to sit. So, we've split the awards into sort of a young filmmaker category and a overall filmmaker category. So all of the young filmmakers, the under 19s, were also eligible for the overall. But we wanted to give some people who, like I say, perhaps haven't had, or it is their first film, we wanted to celebrate those people as well, equally, alongside maybe some of the more experienced ones. I'm looking at my notes, I haven't got it written down, so I'm hoping I say the right name, because that could be fun. But I'll start with, I'll get the trophy. I'll get the trophies. Ta-da! So yeah, we have very nicely made by the woodwork department at our college, which they've not said anything about money yet either, so I might just stay quiet. But yeah, there's more somewhere. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. It's just talking amongst yourselves. There we go. So, that's good, it's written there as well. I'll start with the Young Filmmaker Award, or Best Film by a Young Filmmaker. And that is awarded to KOPF. That's good. Well, there's one trophy, so you can fight it out as to who gets to take that. There is also... So, you also get... Oh shit, you also get a certificate. You get some free tickets to the Mockingbird. And you get some t-shirts as well. So we'll do that after. But yeah, KOPF. I might awkwardly ask you guys to come back up at the end so we can take photos and all that stuff, but we'll do that later. Now, I get to announce the overall sort of best in show for Expresso 90 Film Festival 2023. Now the drum rolls.
Drum roll.
That worked a lot better than I expected it to. And the winner of that is... I've done that the wrong way around. Well, okay, so the winner of the overall thing is KOPF. Well then, were you all very confused why you did the young film? That makes sense. Who likes it? So the best film by a young filmmaker award goes to the P Word. There's a trophy, there's some tickets, that's not, there's the trophy. And again, I'll get you to come up and we can get some shirts and take some photos. It's very cringy, but I won't make you do that in front of all the audience. I'll also try and actually remember the name of your film and the award that you've won. But yeah, the P Word! It was all going so well. Okay, so yeah, that's it now. Thank you all for coming. Like I say, it's been eventful. I've been very nervous. You might have noticed. But yeah, it really does. There's been a lot of work from a lot of people to do this again. So it's nice that people have turned up and have cared. And thank you to everyone that's entered, obviously, because without you, there would not be a show. Yeah, there's another slide. I'm not going to forget that one because I'll get shouted at. Yeah, I'm going to very quickly, again, thank the sponsors. So thank the Mockingbird, who, like I say, have donated tickets and given us the space, so that's nice of them. And to thank Real Freaks for the very nice clothes, the film and TV related merchandise. And get the thing off the website. I'm just stalling now.
A massive thank you to Tommy who organised the
Well, there's something coming. A massive thank you again to Matt and Dan, who first of all set it up. Who set up Expresso 90 and let me steal it as their thing. So yeah, thank you. And this is just a bit of like shameless sort of self-promotion. We're doing this sort of again, but bigger later. So yeah, we're doing a 3-day event, which is called IMA Festival. It's a multidisciplinary arts event. So as part of that, we'll have, there's an exhibition that's starting on the 12th of May. There is a artist conference thing, which is a little bit like the Q&A, but hopefully I won't forget to write questions. So that'll be on the 13th, and on the 14th there will be another film festival, which is IMA Film Festival, which on the website, yeah, you can go and apply to now. So if you've entered a film to this film festival, or if you've got another film, or if you just think that making films is fun, you can enter that one, and it's a longer form film festival. I think it's 20 minutes cut off. So yeah, there's a thing there as well. I need a drink. Okay. I think, yeah. I don't know, I haven't planned how to end this bit, so just thank you. Thank you all for coming, and safe journeys home.